G'day folks, on the topic of misconceptions. I've been talking about a few of these lately, but the one I want to talk about today is loyalty to one bank. Now I know when I was growing up that my parents stayed with one bank, they stayed with one political party. It seemed like you kind of started with one kind of relationship and you stayed with it forever, and I kind of had that format for quite a while, and my first bank account was with IMB, a little community bank in my local area, and I've still got that card today, which is interesting. But what is also interesting, I've never ever used them to get a loan for a property. So I learned very, very fast that lenders basically look after themselves first, as most of us know, and it's all about profit and managing expenses. So as a result, if you then go out and buy property, as an example, you have your house with, let's say, Bank A, and then you decide to pull some equity out of Bank A and then use it for an investment property, unless you've got the contract out and taken it to a solicitor or understand these things well, there's something called cross-securitization or cross-collateralization. So they will basically say, no, you don't need to set up any loan facility. We'll just give you the loan because you're already a customer of ours and you have your loan with your home with us. So we'll let you do the next property with us. And of course they do that. And in many cases, if your income's good enough and the rent's good enough or the debt's low enough, you may decide that you want to join the 2% club and get a second property. And of course, if you go back to the same bank, they say, yeah, no problem at all. We've looked at your numbers and we'll give you that loan. So now you have your home and 2 investment properties. What most people don't understand is that they tie them all together. They cross-securitize them, so all the loans are linked. So they no longer see that as separate loans, they see it as one total debt over the whole position. So if anything changes in your life, and guess things happen, don't they? Relationships change, health changes, opportunity changes, the world changes, a whole things, a bunch of things can change that can affect your finances. So if you can't pay for that property and service the interest on that loan, guess what? They can go and take you home. Now, have I seen it happen that many times? No, but is it a possible risk, and can they do it? Absolutely they can. So there's absolute strategies to avoid that. So personally, I always have separate banks for every property. And I also understand that when they want to lend me money, I start with the banks that are harder to get a loan with at the beginning, with a tighter credit criteria at the beginning, and then I end up with the ones that are kind of more flexible, that are trying to get market share away from the main banks. So I'm always looking at how I can maximize things. Also, if I keep my lending with one bank, they look at my debt position over the whole asset, or the 3 assets, which means they're going to be less likely to lend me more money because they have more risk because I have more debt with them. But if I have each property with 3 different banks, they've only got the one level of debt with each asset, so I have more flexibility to borrow more, which means I have a greater chance of building my portfolio, greater chance to use that income to pay my house off faster, and a greater chance of getting to the situation where I can pay no tax legally. So loyalty to one bank may have been a good strategy at one point, but today I would definitely never do that. Hope that's useful. Ciao.